Great song to start this morning off with it. Good morning. Good to see you guys. We are doing our first coffee talk duel again. It's been a minute since we've done one of these. Hello, Instagram. We gotta say hi to Instagram over there. Here we go. Ready? We're gonna get this party rocking and rolling. Welcome in, everybody. Hello, happy Sunday. We are back again with our 6th episode, you guys. We are almost done. We got 3 more episodes, and we are rocking and rolling and loaded. If you guys are ready, I'm gonna let our guests come in here, and I'm super excited to get this party started. We're gonna be talking to Kristen, a massive Elvis enthusiast, and I cannot wait to get this party started.
Hello.
Hello. Oh,
Can you guys hear me? Okay.
yes, I can hear you. Oh my goodness, I love it. We both got our Elvis decked out stuff. Look at
I
that.
know this is my iced coffee this morning, but my friend Margarita got me this tumbler, obviously in Elvis's jumpsuit, and my name's on the back. So
Oh
we're
my
drinking
gosh.
coffee in this today. I love it.
Yes. Cheers. We got the coffee going. Like, it doesn't matter what kind of coffee.
I
Everybody just comes in here with all
know.
kinds of coffee. Like, people come in. Like, the last week, I just saw with Tiny Graceland and Heidi having the, like, what was it? She got it from her local Canadian coffee. And I'm like, good. You're
Oh,
representing up there. And now you're representing it down here. I love it.
are you a big coffee girl? Obviously, you do Sunday morning coffee chats. Have you ever
Absolutely.
heard of Cometeer coffee? It's a brand of coffee that like they flash freeze it. Like they flash dry it and then you freeze it and then you can like make your own iced coffee like from your freezer. So
I
like you
have
just pour it
never
in and
heard
add
of that.
water. Yeah, and then it's like actually supposed to be like fresher for you than like
Oh,
buying it like in a jar or like a thing.
I
So
didn't.
we're Elvis enthusiasts, but we're coffee enthusiasts too.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You are a master. I love that tumbler anyway. My favorite jumpsuits are the older ones in the 70s, and I just absolutely love it. Like, that's my
Yes.
favorite era right there, is that the 70s. Like, which one is that?
This one is the oh sorry, I just like knocked over. I'm
You're
trying to
fine.
like get my phone. Um okay, which one is this? This is like it was the Elvis movie one that was like inspired by the beginning, like in the credits.
Yes.
I think it's
Yes.
like the
The
Black
Austin Butler
Panther.
one. The
Yeah,
Austin
yeah.
Butler.
I
Yes.
know there's like
Okay.
different names for this one, but it's like the black, gold, and red one,
And I
obviously.
love that. Absolutely. That's a cool tumbler. I need to get me a tumbler because I just use my amazing coffee, kitty cat coffee mug that I absolutely love. Because, I mean, Elvis coffee, and this is what I do on Sundays. This is awesome, and we got to represent. So I appreciate you coming and doing this with us. This is
Yeah,
going to be so
sure.
fun. We just kind of tell stories about how we became an Elvis fan and why music is so important in our lives. And you have been to some incredible places, seen some incredible people, and it is so cool that I cannot wait to talk to you about this because you have seen some people. We're going to dive into that later, but right now, let's introduce yourself. Today we have Kristen. I'm going to let her tell us a little bit more about herself and why she's an Elvis fan, which is how we start
Okay.
off the show forever, and then we'll dive into your stuff a little bit later. So tell us all about
I
yourself.
like well, hi everybody. My name is Kristen. If you don't follow me, I have an Instagram account that is called Unhinged About Elvis. And so that is really my big social media presence. I also do a podcast with 2 of my best friends in the Elvis world, Margarita and Benita. We post a lot of our content on YouTube under those Elvis girls. We do also have an Instagram where we just like kind of use it to market just like our episodes, but our main presence is on YouTube because we do long form interviews. So
Wow.
it's good to be on the other side of this. Like I feel like you're interviewing me. So we're usually the other way around. So this is fun. But yeah, my I don't know, I feel like I dove into the Elvis social media world because I'm a newer fan. I am here from the movie.
Yes.
I just I we're big music fans in my household. My brother's a professional musician on tour right now. Like we've listened to music and grown up around music my whole life, but I just was like I never knew about Elvis until I saw the movie. And I literally, it like affected my entire life, which I know I'm talking to you guys get it, but
Yep.
truly like my world was like turned upside down. I couldn't stop thinking about Elvis for months after I saw that movie. And like, here we are on my
Yep.
Elvis social media
Yep.
because I just was I like just learning about him as a human being and his like life story seriously like resonated in me so much that like, I don't know, it was like right after the pandemic. I just
Yeah.
was so like everything was gray. I was just over everything. And then I don't know, hearing about Elvis and learning about Elvis like gave me hope in my life again, which sounds very dramatic, but honestly, it was like I don't know. I felt like the world was like okay again. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
I agree because 2020 was just kind of like my depressed year,
Yeah.
and I downloaded TikTok and I was just like scrolling through, kind of just seeing that. But then when I saw the movie, I was like, I legitimately have to know more about this
Same.
man, even though I've already been a big fan for 20 years. I love the man, and I had to dive in deep into this movie. Now, at first, I was like, wait a minute, I don't know if I like this movie because I was terrified that Elvis was going to be in a bad light because all other
Yeah.
movies that I have seen before this one, they really damaged Elvis's reputation, and I could not stand that, especially with like, the Kurt Russell one was great, but there was a lot of like mishaps that weren't real,
Yeah.
and there's just a lot of shit. So Austin Butler really killed it and did it incredibly. I love the movie. I love that people are coming from the movie
Yeah.
instead of just like, just enjoying the man himself. But a lot of people have came from the movie, and I know it. That is just
It's
too
like
cool.
our what do you call it? Like our gateway. The movie was my
Yes.
gateway into the Elvis
Because
world.
even old fans and new fans can come
Yeah.
together and be like, "Oh my God, this is incredible!" Because he embodies so much. I mean, when I looked at even Austin just as Elvis, I was like, "How is he going to portray this?" But I love that he even got right down to the walk. Like his shoulders were like everybody always describes Elvis as a gliding person to like kind of just glide across, and he looked like an angel. Austin portrayed it exactly. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like the way that
Yeah.
Austin would walk in the movie. It was almost like he was doing the Elvis eyes. I love it. Absolutely. I really do. I
That
know.
was
I
yeah.
could go on about that.
I know. So that was my gateway. And then I don't know, I just felt like I had to like I mean, I don't know like about you, but like in my life, I needed to like talk about Elvis immediately afterwards. I needed to talk about it with people that like understood him and his
Yes.
music. And so that's why I created like my Elvis Instagram account. And it's so funny because I feel like I've had it now for like or yeah, almost like 2 years, over 2 years. And when I look back on like my earlier post, I was like, my girl, I was going through it. I was like, because I like, there was a point in time where every day of my life, I was just like reading new books. I mean, I still read a lot about Elvis, but
Yes.
I feel like I've read like 30 books since this
Yep.
journey. But like, I was just like, I was emotional about Elvis. Like, I literally could not read a story about him and like not cry. Like early on in my fandom because I
I
just was
didn't
like,
have that.
I don't know
Yeah.
what it was. Like I just was so emotional about Elvis's life that like there were months and times where I would just like think about him and like start crying.
And there is. His life is very emotional. As I've already talked to
Yeah,
Lorraine, who's that author. I don't know if you saw all of our episodes or not, but
yeah, yeah.
our Lorraine was telling about how he is just. It opened her world all the way across because I know you're from the United States and you're close to Memphis, which is freaking awesome, girl. We gotta meet. I'm only 2 hours from Memphis. We gotta
No.
meet somehow.
Yeah.
I'm literally right here on the Arkansas West Memphis side. But Lorraine was talking about how she studied Elvis all the way from over in England and UK. She's like, I just look at the man as a whole different line. I'm like, I live 2 hours. You fly 9 hours just to get over here, and I'm only 2 hours away from the man, and I idolize him that much. But a lot of people respect. I respect the fans that come over here from like all over the world. Like that's my jive. I love those fans, and I love this community because this
Me
community is
too.
so much different than any other community. I mean, like the musicians are like fandoms and stuff like that. They're kind of all over the place when it comes to some people, but Elvis, he is literally one man that is like a one man band that could do everything all in the same show, and I love that about him. But I want to talk to you about this is where I'm excited to talk to you about this because I've seen you. I've been following you on your Instagram journey, and it's so cool to see how she has grown. If you guys have not seen it, she has grown incredibly. But I have notes that I have to talk about because
Oh yeah, yeah,
she has seen
yeah.
so many people. You have seen almost two cards full of for me for people you have met, and we have got to talk about this. This is why I had to bring you on here because you have met some incredible people, and I'm just going to start
Oh,
off with the first one, and this is the most important one to my heart. Lisa
oh,
Marie
I
Presley. And for the people who are
know.
watching, she has met her. Tell us about this.
So that one is actually I'll probably start crying if I talk about it
Oh
because
no, I love
no,
it. No, I love her.
That one, okay, so that was earlier on in my fandom, right? Like the Elvis movie came out in 2022, right?
Yeah.
I went to Memphis a few times. I was just like, I have to go to Graceland. I have to go to Memphis. And then, it was his, death anniversary week. And then the next, like January of 2023 is when his birthday week was. And like, I was learning about all of these events, like as a new fan, I don't think like people realize like I didn't know that there was like a birthday week that like happened every year in Graceland. Like I heard about that for the first time. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like there's a whole community of people going to Memphis to celebrate Elvis's birthday. Like I was so like, I don't know if I can go. Like, I don't know. That's weird. Like, do people do that? Like, I had no idea about any of it. And so I was very like off and on. I was like, I don't know if I should go. Like, do I have anyone to go with? Will my husband be able to go? Like, all these things. And they released like the week before, like I guess like they always release the schedule obviously beforehand. And then the week before they announced that like Lisa Marie Presley was like actually going to be there. And I like look at my husband and I was like, I think we should go. I think we should just like go. I don't know. Like let's just go and see what happens, right? And I didn't have any friends in the community yet. Like I was just a baby newbie fan. But I was talking to Margarita, who does those Elvis Girls podcasts with me. Like we were talking on Instagram, had not met her in person. And she was like, oh, I'll be there. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll see you. Like, I don't know. Like at that time, I feel like it was weird that I had like internet friends. I don't think that way anymore, obviously.
Exactly.
But, like when you're new to it, I was like, well, yeah, I guess I was like showing my husband like, oh, I guess I'll like see my friend. I don't know. I met her on Instagram. Don't know if she's a real person, but I'll meet her there. And, we ended up going down. We drove the day before 12 hours from Cleveland because I was like, we just have to get there. And, like, we have to work. So I couldn't take off work or anything. So I was like, we're going to drive through the night. We're going to get to Memphis. We're going to be there on Elvis's birthday. And, like, there were so many people. And it was amazing. Lisa Marie did, like, the proclamation. And, like, I saw her from afar, like, speaking on stage, right? And, I didn't think why would I think I'd be able to meet her that day? Like I was so, I don't know. She's just here. Okay, cool. I saw her in person. And then she went down, like she was on the lawn and she actually went, like nobody left because she was talking to people.
Yeah.
And she went down the fence to every single person that was there on the property that day. Like she was greeting her fans for hours, like in like cool. 6-inch heels like this. And she was
heels?
huge boots.
Wow.
Her boots are like this big on Graceland property.
Wow, that is
and
impressive.
On the grass. And me and my friend Margarita were like, well, we're gonna try to get in there. And we were towards the end. We were like, so the stage is like down by the road on Graceland, and then like the road goes up to the house. And she was coming like up this way, like towards the house, and we actually were towards the end of the road where they had like a gate, like you can't go this way. Yeah. And we were like, I don't know if she's gonna make it this far. I mean, like I thought she was just gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna say hi to like 10 people, and then I'm gonna be escorted away.
Yeah.
And so no, this is why I was like, oh my gosh, she's so much like her dad. Like she did not leave a single person. Like she said hi to every single person.
Wow.
And so when she got to us, I don't even know what I said. Like because I just was like, I don't know what to say. Like, what do you say to somebody in like 10 seconds that I literally just was like, we love you. I'm gonna cry. You know what I mean? Yeah. I just wanted her to know that we just loved her. So that's all I said. It makes me emotional because then she died. Like, so, but I got to touch her back. Like, we took a photo and like, I got to touch her, hug her. And then she like signed something for like my friend Margarita, and then we both got a photo together. Wow. And then she like went on her way, but like I got like 3 seconds with her. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah. And then she said to us, yeah. So I responded like, oh, I just want you to know we love you. We all love you. And she responded, and I love you. That's what she said. I know. So we were like, I'm crying now because it's just like I can't believe she's gone. It's
I
just,
know,
like,
and I get emotional too,
and
I get just emotional, and I could imagine that encounter, even though it was only like less than a few seconds, that it still is amazing. I mean,
when I touched her, like that's it, and like my friend Margarita had presents, like she actually made like some custom jewelry to give to Lisa. So she like got to give her some like handwritten letters, and like I wrote her a card. I mean, like, I just had like scribbled something like real quick, like, okay, keep it. So she took all of it. And yeah, I mean, we spent 10 seconds with her, but like, I can't believe we still got to knowing what happened. Like, as a new fan, and you're learning about the family and like all this
Yes.
stuff, and you're just like, oh my gosh, we're gonna have like 50 more years with Lisa, at
Yeah.
least. Like she's gonna live to her 90s or 100, she'll be 100, and we're gonna have all this time with her.
Yep.
And yeah,
Unfortunately. Yep.
we did not. So that moment, obviously, that's like my number one moment of my fandom is like that, because nobody will ever be able to have that again. It's just so
Exactly.
crazy. And we almost didn't go, and that's why I just am like, Elvis is, it's just a weird magic. Like my journey has felt very magical
Yeah.
because all these things just like, I feel like that, like when you lean into it, it just happens to you. I don't know. It's so hard to explain. And like, yeah.
That is
So
so cool because Lisa is a lot like her dad, and she shows it too. Like I've never met her, I've never gotten close enough to her, but she embodies her dad, and the way that you just get emotional just really is awesome because it's not a bad thing that we're getting sad, you guys. We're getting sad because she was so gone within so many like less than what 2 years after you met her or a year after you met her, and it was like
no,
wow,
no, she was gone 3 days.
three
She died
days.
right after. Yes.
Oh, where
That
did
was
you
when
go?
she did like the proclamation for Elvis's, I think it's his 88th birthday. She was there.
Oh, okay.
And then that's when she died, like that week. Like and I was still in Memphis. So like we just had this
Wow.
like we were so high on life. Cause like afterwards, all of us that met her were like, oh my God, like we can't go home. Like we have to go celebrate. And like
Yeah.
we all were like we went to Hernando's Hideaway, which is a bar. It's like very close to Graceland. And
Yeah.
we just were like all such a high. Like that was like perfect Memphis day, right? Like
Yep.
being there for Elvis's birthday, seeing Lisa Marie, meeting new Elvis friends, like on Graceland property. Like I don't even know if you can like get better. Like that's just such a good day, right?
Yep.
And my husband and I were actually staying in Memphis for like that week. So we just were like doing tour stuff and just hanging out and exploring the city. And then
Yeah.
I like remember 3 days later, we were like eating dinner in downtown Memphis, and like my phone's like blowing up. Like my family like knew I was in Memphis like for to meet Lisa Marie and like all this stuff. And my family's like texting me like, what's going on? Oh my God, the news. And I just was
Yes.
like sitting at this restaurant on Main Street in downtown Memphis, like reading all this stuff, like, and you're just like in shock that it's like going on. So I was like, she was just here. I just talked to
Yeah.
her. I just met her.
Wow. I thought it was like a year
No
after she passed. It was three
days.
days.
I know.
Wow.
Horrible.
That
I know,
is
because yeah, I know.
wow. I'm at a loss of words because I thought it was a year after you met her, but my
Mhm.
goodness, I'm floored.
Yeah,
Like that's
I
just so incredible. 3 days.
know. And
Wow.
that's why I was like, this is so strange. And then you like feel real because you're just like, she was just here. I don't know, it's so hard. And then, yeah, like when we found out she like passed away, I was at dinner. We were at a bar, drinking like I couldn't stop. I was like sitting there just
Yeah.
crying in public in Memphis. And I was like, I told my husband, I was like, I have to go. I have to like go get flowers right now.
Yes, you
And I
do.
like went to go get flowers, and I went straight to the gates because I was like, I don't know where else to go. I actually don't know what else to do, right? Like this is
Yeah.
such shocking news. So yeah, that's what I did that night. Like after just meeting her, I went there and like put flowers down and like the
Didn't they
news
like close the gate for a while? Like, was
they
that not
did.
that they did?
Yeah,
Okay.
like I put the flowers there, and like they're like the photo of like the news that night is like of my flowers because I was actually the first person there, which is so
Really?
weird. But people started like
Yeah.
everybody started like coming, but
But you
I
were
was
the
there
first
alone, just
one.
like yeah, it was weird. It was really weird.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
but I
is
did get to meet her, so yeah, that
yes.
is like everything.
Man, that
Um,
story is like could be the whole interview because I mean that is just beautiful.
I
But you've
know,
also met so many other people. Now
I
I don't
know.
want to
So
make you cry
I
anymore.
just like
Okay, we're
happier
not gonna
spots.
cry.
I know. And like one
But
thing, you know what's weird about being an Elvis fan, like in this, like being a new fan in this day and age is just like Elvis died so long ago, and like you feel so far removed. Like, he died before I was
yep,
born. Like,
me too.
and we only have the people that like all we have is like those connections, but it
That's
just
it.
feels like every day it's just like we're dealing with like, okay, they're getting older. We have to cherish these people when we
Right.
have them. So
That's
that's why
right.
like it's important to me to like try to meet as many people as I can. Like that helps me feel like closer to Elvis. And I know
Yes.
like some people like don't care about like, they don't care about that. Like they just want to focus on like, oh, so we all have our own like fandom ways.
Yeah.
But I know at least for like us and like me and Margarita, like we want to be able to meet those people. Like that's important, you
And
know?
that's kind of why I do this too,
Yeah,
because I want to meet just normal people. It doesn't have to be like fancy people like in Elvis's world. It would be great too if I could get to them, but more importantly, just the fans in general. Like last week with Heidi saying that that's what drew her to
okay.
Elvis. She's so
Yeah,
beautiful too. I love the little tiny stuff. I can never get over that
so
little
good.
tiny Graceland. It
Yeah,
is,
love her. She's one of my
but
close friends too.
yeah, she's beautiful, but I love how she said that that's because last week before I asked like what drew you to Elvis, and maybe most people just say his music, his style, his cars, but she said his fans, and I'm like that's an interesting answer because the fans are what bring the life of Elvis still around. Like I mean, he still
So true.
is embodied because of us. Like we're the ones who are giving the energy to Elvis still even after what 40, 50 years after him been gone.
Yes,
I mean, it's
absolutely.
incredible. There's other people you have met, and I want to get to these before we get a run out because look at this. This card is full. So I'm just going to run through some of these important people that you have met. Of course, we got to start off with Mr. Jerry Phillips, Sam Phillips' son, who is incredible. We have Jerry Schilling. Yay! I love that
Okay,
man.
yeah, I know. I feel like I need more time with Jerry.
Yes, I
I
think
only,
we
I
all do.
I only met him for like 10 seconds. It's just like, you just
Yeah.
have to like get in there.
You have to
So I did get to
like
meet him, but yeah, I just
what
told him thank you. I just
is
said
that all
thank
you
you for
said
being a
to
good
him?
friend of Elvis. Yeah, that's all I had time for. We took a photo. Yeah,
Was
I
it
posted it, but
what was this one? Because I saw you guys actually sitting down like in chairs. What is this
yes.
one?
So this past year, I really wanted to do like for Elvis Week. I was like, I'm just gonna go all in. They announced Jerry as like a meet and
Yeah.
greet person. Like you'll be able to have a meet and greet with him. So I was like, you know what? Just gonna go all in. I'm gonna buy the big pass and like do a meet and greet with Jerry, which hopefully we have many more years with Jerry. I don't know if
Hopefully.
it was worth it. I don't know if all that money was worth it for the meet and greet that I got with Jerry, but it was so fast and it was very like go,
Oh,
go, go,
okay.
like
I see
you're up
what you're
next,
saying.
you're up
Yeah.
next, you're up next. He just also was like hanging out in the lobby of the hotel. So like people were talking to him then without buying a pass. So
That's kind of like Linda. Linda did the same
same
thing.
thing. Same thing.
Since you're talking about the lobby, I met Linda Thompson just walking in and out of the lobby, and that is how this is how cool you can meet these people.
I haven't met Linda yet. I haven't met
You
Linda.
haven't? I thought I put on here that you met Linda once, or maybe
I
you
mean,
saw her.
I guess I would count it. Like I like shook her hand. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. We can count that.
Oh, because
I didn't get to
I
like
gave
speak
her a
with her.
hug. I gave her a hug, and people said that was just a quick little encounter, and
No,
that
I just feel like I didn't get to say anything to her, so I just feel like I need another time with her. You know what I mean?
we need more time with these people. They all need to be in one big
Because
room. Like,
yeah, like if you go on my profile,
yeah,
you will see I have a photo with her, right? Like, but we were sitting like across, like it was the same situation where it's like she had like sat across the room and then you're like, come on over, and you just like lean over and they take your photo like real quick and then you go out. Like,
that's
yeah, like I technically quote unquote have met her, but I don't know if I would count it. It was so
okay. Well,
like come up, take a photo, okay, next, and then you're just like,
oh yeah, that
okay.
makes sense. Yeah.
You take what you get. So yeah, I'll count it, but I need more time with.
Well,
Yeah.
there's more people that I want to go into because
Yeah.
I want to know how in the world did you get to meet Trish? A lot of people love Trish. If you don't know who she is, for the people who are here, Trish was his nurse. How did you get to meet
Good.
her?
I feel like she's somebody that's like really, really accessible. So
Really?
if you're in town for like any of the like birthday weeks, Elvis
Yeah.
weeks, John Daly, who owns the EP Boulevard
EP
Pawn Shop,
yes.
he does what he calls like his summer fest and like his free fest. And he has like booths and stands and stores at the Holiday Inn hotel, which is on Elvis Presley Boulevard,
Yes, it
like
is.
down from Graceland.
Yep.
And Tish, she's there. She's selling her like she has a little stand, so you could just go talk to her and buy her book. Like she'll talk with you. You could buy jewelry from her because she kind of works with like Lowell Hayes,
Yes, Lil Hayes. Yeah.
the jeweler. So they stand there all day long, every day of Summerfest. So yeah,
I
you
need
could
to
just
get
go
down
chat with her.
there. I need
Yeah,
to get my ass down there.
that is one
I gotta
of
see
my
this.
like. If you come to like Elvis week or birthday week, like you don't even need to buy tickets to like anything because like you could just go sit with Tish at John's event, just sit with it, like just go there, like you could go meet her. So yeah, so she's just around and like she has like I mean I've been to two birthday or three birthdays, two Elvis weeks. And she has been at every single one with the stand. So you can go, she's just there.
Wow.
I know. But yeah, we did get to obviously if you guys watch our YouTube channel, we did get to go to her house. She invited us.
Yes.
We were talking with her one of the times and we were like, obviously Tish, we have a YouTube and we would love to hear your stories. Um, so she invited Margarita and I to go sit in her kitchen and like our interview I think is like 3 hours long because like we always I never feel like I want to cut
I
anything
know, me
out. Like
too.
if
Yeah.
if somebody in the Elvis world is like telling a story about
Yes.
something, I'm like, I don't like, you could watch it for 15 minutes, you could watch the whole 3 hours, but I'm not cutting Tish. So she just chatted with us over her kitchen table. She gave us coffee and we just had like kind of like this, a coffee chat.
Yeah.
But she lived at Graceland and was Elvis's nurse for, the 70s. So her stories were great. Like, so yeah. And then, not to mention what a good day that was, right?
Yeah.
She was like, I know the owner of Circle G. Do you guys, I'll take you there now and we could just we'll just drive around the property. And me and Margarita were like, of course, we want to do that with
My
you.
God.
So she got in my car. She
Yeah.
sat front seat of my car. I had it like in her house is in Mississippi by Circle G Ranch,
Yes.
where I
Yeah.
was, own that ranch.
Yeah.
So I'm driving with her. Like, I just was like, I'm going under the speed limit. Like, this is like, cause I was like, this is such precious cargo. Like, what if I got into an accident with Tish in my car? I would never I would never let myself live that down, right?
Yes.
So I'm like nervous as hell. Marguerite's like in the back seat. Tish is in the front. She's like giving me directions to go to Circle G. And I'm just like, this is the weirdest experience ever. Like Tish is in my car. We're going to a ranch that she hung out at with Elvis. Yep. She's taking us there. I don't know. It just felt like
you know how precious that
magical.
is? That's
I know.
Precious.
So we got to go around. We didn't get to go in like if you go to Circle G now, like all the buildings. I mean, you can't go in them. They're like very unsafe. You can't like it's all dilapidated, which is unfortunate. But we did get to like drive around the property and like see like his cross and all the stuff there.
Oh,
so
yeah,
with Tish. So I don't know. You sometimes just have to see where the universe takes you. And that day, Tish took us to Circle G after her house. So that's a really good interview. What's funny about it is it's like 3 hours long. We're sitting at Tish's kitchen table. Her fire alarm, like not her fire alarm, her like smoke alarm is like beeping.
It's beeping
the whole time. And we were like, Tish, do you want us to like change it for you? Like, do you need help? And she's like, I don't even hear it. Just let it go. And we're like, oh my God, okay. But like everyone in the interview is like, stop the beeping, like in the comments. And I'm like, Tish doesn't care. You guys just ignore it.
Exactly.
So if you watch that interview.
Well, I might have to for anybody who wants to watch it. What is the title of that one?
I think it's just Elvis's Nurse Tish Henley. Like go to those Elvis Girls YouTube. It's one of our most watched ones because it's a really, really good one. So yeah,
I'm gonna have to watch it too because I love her. I want to meet her so bad. She seems so down to earth and just the most chillest person.
Yeah, crazy about it. Yeah, exactly. The beeping was so funny, but trust me, we tried to change it, and she was like, "No, my husband will get it. Don't do it. My husband will get it." But then we're also like, well, we have to get we need to record this because this is like so special. Like, okay, Tish doesn't want to change it. We're still recording, so sorry everybody. But yeah, it's funny and it's an amazing interview.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like Elvis, where Elvis didn't want to do
Yeah.
he didn't want to have a lot of fancy stuff
Yeah.
with his interviews. He just wanted it plain Jane and answer the questions and move on kind of thing. And I love that with Trish. I am gonna have to watch that video. But here's one other person that I want to talk about, and
Yeah.
this last person before we jump into the regular questions is somebody that you guys may not know from my point of view because I don't talk about him that much. But for her, this person was a military army photographer, and I am a big military family. This man, George Hill. Now, I don't know much about him. I only saw what you've written about him, but I want to hear this. You sat and had dinner and told his photos. What about this? This is
Wait,
so cool.
do you mean Johnny Lang or
Johnny
George Hill?
Lang. Sorry, yeah,
Okay,
Johnny
yeah,
Lang.
I
I'm
was
sorry. I read the
like,
wrong one.
I actually did meet
You
George Hill
did.
because he's
Yeah.
also he signed a print for me. So when you go to John's Free Fest,
Oh my
he
goodness.
also has a stand there where he sells his prints. So George Hill is also
I
very
never
accessible.
knew
If
that.
you ever want an original print from George, you
I'm
just
gonna
have to
have to
go.
do that.
You
But
gotta
no,
go.
I
Yeah.
meant Johnny. I'm sorry. I mix
Okay.
those
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
up sometimes
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
have them right next to each other. So I read it really quick and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But no, Johnny Lang. I have heard so many stories about him. Tell us, how did you
Okay.
get
Well.
this one?
Okay. So Johnny Lang, and I have to tell you guys, like, please support him. He is
Yes.
amazing. He is. Well, you know what? So we obviously like have our
Yeah.
contact up on
Yeah.
YouTube, and
Yes.
they actually reached out. His family actually reached out to us, and like there's so many people in the Elvis world. Like if Elvis met somebody like one time, like I want to talk to them,
You
right? Like
know.
I don't
Yep.
care. I know you have a, like people have stories about Elvis, and like
Yes.
nothing is too small. So so like it's hard to know every single like if you've been a fan for like your whole life, I'm sure you know like every single
Yes.
person in Elvis's life. Like
I
as
just
a new
didn't know
fan,
much about Johnny
yeah,
though. Like
I
I
didn't know
didn't
much
know.
about him either. And he was like, "We're coming out with like a new book," because he finally wrote down, his experience after like being like this is from he was in the army with Elvis from
Yes.
1958 to 1960, and he only just now like last year wrote a book about his experience because his kids were just like, "Don't let this die," like because Johnny is he's Elvis's age, so he's like 90, right? Like
90.
you have those memories, like get them down in a book, right? So,
Yes.
his kids like, kind of like egged him on to write the book, and like thank God that he did. And so I live in Cleveland, and like I'm always in Memphis. I want to be a full-time Memphis girl, but my house is in Cleveland. And so Johnny lives in Detroit right now. So I just was like, well, that's 2 hours from
Yeah.
my house.
It's right
Why don't
there.
we just come see you? Like, because some of these people like in their 90s, they don't know how to use like computer or Zoom or, YouTube.
Yeah.
So we just were like, you know what? We will come to you, and we would just love to hear your stories and stuff about Elvis. So Margarita ended up flying into Cleveland with me, and then we drove like 2.5 hours up to see Johnny. And like the whole time we just were like, this is so weird. This is so weird.
Wow.
Um, yeah, like I mean, and so we spent the whole literally Johnny is so hilarious. Like, and you can tell like when he like even how he is in his old age. Like, he went on to have
Yeah.
he knew Elvis, and they actually did not connect. Like after they left in the military, you have to read the book because, love or hate the Memphis Mafia, love or hate some of the members in the Memphis Mafia. But Johnny never was able to reconnect with Elvis again. Like,
Really?
yeah, like, and he tried. And there's a few stories where like he was in Vegas when Elvis was in Vegas, and he was not like allowed up to the room. So it actually like is kind of very sad because like, whether or not like they were close or they weren't close, but like I fully believe if Elvis knew that Johnny was in Vegas at a show, he would have wanted to see him at least for like a second,
I think so too. Yeah.
But because of bodyguards and like whatever, like Johnny was never allowed, not like he was never allowed to like see Elvis, and like he just, after time you have to like move on with your life, So
Yeah. Yeah.
the really sad, but you can just like even in his late 80s, he is just like I can just tell why Elvis liked him around in the military because he's so freaking funny, and like he just was like cracking jokes at us. He was talking about his like bald hair. He's like, I gotta comb my hair for the interview, all three of my hairs, like I gotta comb them. We had the best day with him, and like his stories, like Elvis has given him a a few gifts. Like he still has a watch that Elvis gave him. He still has a
Really?
lighter that Elvis gave him. So he let us hold them, and he has them like, in his house, which is so crazy. But what was I going to say? Oh, the whole day. Yeah. And then after the interview, we were like, okay, well, we're going to go home. He's like, no, you have to come to my local bar where like I go every Saturday
What?
night. And like we were like, all right, we're gonna go dancing with Johnny. Like there's no way that we're gonna say no. So he invited us to his like local pub in Detroit, which is like, I don't know if anybody listening has been to Detroit, but like it's just like you know, I like it because it's like Cleveland. It's a little gritty. It's a little
Yeah.
gritty. It's like Memphis. It's
Yep.
like the people are amazing, but the city itself is like gritty. So we went to this like hole in the wall pub with Johnny Lang, who was Elvis's friend in the army, and we had like a night out with him, and he requested a song because there was a band, and he requested an Elvis song for us, and we like danced together.
Oh my goodness, that's why I had to ask about him because I saw the video of your friend dancing with him and I'm like, oh my goodness, how cute. I
And there's
love
like
it.
a story. So Johnny actually, like, he was there, like he knew Priscilla, like, because they
Really?
would go to like, I mean, he knew her at that time, like, I mean,
Yeah,
she was
he
so young,
knew
but
who
like
she was.
he was
Yeah.
around when
In the
she was around. So like some
prime.
of the stories, and like it just was really weird. It was like, you have these moments and you're just like, I don't know, it just feels, you feel so connected to Elvis, but like it's so far removed. But Johnny Lang is amazing. If you guys have not read his book, it's such an easy read, and you can tell he still loves him to this day. Like I don't know, and I wish he would have been able to see him in the '70s. Like he also knew like Charlie Hodge because they were all in
Oh,
the military
really? Oh,
together,
yeah,
right?
that makes sense.
If you think about it, like Elvis, there's a story that Johnny tells about how like, he asked Charlie Hodge to like continue on with him. You know what I mean? Like, come work for me, let's go. But like Johnny was also there, so it's just like I wonder why. I don't know. I wonder why like he chose Charlie and like not Johnny.
I mean, I don't know. Charlie, I read his book. He is
Yeah,
genuine and he is down to
yeah.
earth. And I think every Elvis person on your list that you have met has a great story to tell because I mean, all these people, I mean, I'm not even gonna lie, she has even just seen Riley and Priscilla at the book meeting. I mean,
I did not get
those
to. Well,
people.
I saw Riley's book event, which
Yeah,
is
the
so
book
cool.
event.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Oh
don't
my
know. We spend all
goodness.
of our free time like doing Elvis things, as you guys know. Like that's all we want to do. We want to travel. We want to walk in Elvis's footsteps, and
I do too.
yeah.
So I want to switch to now the places you have been. So you have seen a lot of places as well, but here's what I want to talk about. So there's at least 5 places on here that I have been, and I have been to. Let's talk about Sun Studios, Auburn Drive, Tupelo. I've been to Beale Street. The only place that I would love to talk about, and you're probably like, oh my goodness, which one are we going with? Is Germany. You
No,
went to Germany?
I know. Okay, and you guys, people don't. If people are watching that don't follow me, they're gonna be like, "This girl is a freak." We were invited to go to. Me and my husband are big
Yeah.
travelers. We're almost 40. We're like, we don't have kids, so like one of our hobbies is just like we like to travel, and so
Yep.
we were going. We got invited to go to Oktoberfest in Munich
Wow.
last fall. Okay,
Yeah.
because we have friends that live there, and we're going on a table with them. And I was like, well, I told my husband, well, if we're gonna be in Germany already, where I need to go. Like, I mean, I can't come all this way and not go all that way. Like,
Yes.
it's so close. Once you're in Europe, everything's so close. So I was like, that's just the train ride away, man.
Really?
So
Is
yes,
that so you saw the statue. So how is the statue? Because I've seen a lot of Elvis statues. The statue that
that's
I
a good one.
absolutely
That's a good one. Yes.
really.
So I have
So
I actually recently sold it, but there was like a company that made like an Elvis Army like replica coat that you could buy.
yeah.
So I brought it to Germany. Johnny Lang wore it, and then I brought it to Germany, and I put my coat like on Elvis's statue for like a
I
little
saw
bit. And,
that
like, got him.
picture. I saw you standing right next to him,
Yeah,
and I love the one in Tupelo. Now, the one in Tupelo is
that's a
beautiful, but
good one.
I could only imagine the one in Germany. I would have loved to just see
That's
what
a good
that's like.
one. I went early because I now thank you to social media and like the Elvis
Yes.
community. I feel like I have friends all over the world, which is
Yeah.
so insane. And shout out to my German friends, Selena. She came. Kirsten, who lives in Germany, also came down to see me when I
Wow.
was there. And then my friend Carol came from Prague to like come visit because we were all like, we're Elvis girls. I'm gonna
Yes.
be there. Can you guys come in? And so I actually went early without my husband because we were doing like a
Yep.
Elvis girls thing.
A girl. Yep.
And we had to just soak it in together. Like my husband is a very
Yeah.
good sport. He loves Elvis. He loves Memphis. But like sometimes you just like you just gotta be with
Yeah.
your
You gotta
girls.
have the girl power. That's right.
So I went early and I actually stayed because I don't know if you guys know this, but like where Elvis stayed in Bad Nauheim for I think he was there for 3 months. There is a hotel called the Hotel Villa Grundwald, and
Oh.
his room that he lived in for 3 years, and also like Vernon stayed there, Red and I think Red was there, and maybe it was Lamar, Red and Lamar, and his like secretary Elizabeth, like they all kind of like took over the top floor of this very small hotel. And the room that Elvis stayed in, they have kept it mostly like historic and mostly like how it was when Elvis was there. And so
Wow.
there's like bureaus, like his closet, his dresser, that there are photos of Elvis standing in front of them. They're still the same like same pieces of furniture in this room. So I was like, well, I came all this way. I need to sleep in this room
You
a
can
night by
sleep
myself.
in it.
Yes, you can rent it. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Now there
So
we go.
so we rented it for 3 nights, and I rented it for a night by myself because I was like, I just need to like soak it all in. And I'm not joking. It was scary.
Really?
Like the hotel itself is like a very old German hotel that's only like 3 floors, and Elvis stayed at the top floor. And when I was there, it was like wintertime. I think it's a very off season for this like very small like Bad Nauheim is very small town, like very quiet, very sleepy German spa town. And when I was there in this hotel, I don't think there was like another soul in the hotel because it's like even the front desk, like there's only like 10 rooms in the hotel, okay? And
Yeah.
the front desk, they don't work. There's nobody like working in the building like full time. This is just such like a small boutique hotel. And that night that I was there alone, I literally was like, I think I'm the only person in this building right now. Like, and I was in Elvis's room, and I was just like, I swear to God, if there's a ghost in here, like I would freak out. Even if it was Elvis Presley, I still would just be like, do not come to me at this night.
Yeah.
Like, no, no. Because it was so like everything was very old school. Like his bed, like if you look at photos of what the room, because you can Google this,
Okay.
like photos of the room
Yeah.
today and photos of the room when Elvis was there, it's mostly the same. It's weird. It's weird.
Oh.
So of course myself, I was like looking under, like I was like on the floor, looking under the bed. I was opening every drawer. I took a bath in his bathtub, like it's an original bathtub. It was weird.
Oh my goodness.
I
Now
know.
that is
It was
creepy
scary because I
because
was
that
like, everything was creaky. Like you move and like the whole building like creaks, and you're just like,
whoa,
would you think the ghost
that is
of Elvis would be in that room? I don't know. I don't think so, but like
you
there
never
could have been other
know.
ghosts.
It could be something because when you got that like alone time in that apartment, it kind of reminded me of my alone time in Tupelo. Like when the lady was like, who I was there, she said, I'll close the doors and I'll let you just stand in here and hear how the wind sounds. And the wind would
That's,
go like in and out and
see,
I
that's
could
like
hear
it's
it.
so creepy, but it's magical and like a little bit eerie at the
Yes.
same time. Yeah.
Yes, and I felt a little eerie, not gonna lie. She closed both doors and I'm like standing there and I hear whoosh, 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 and I'm like, whoa, this is but that's all I lived in back
I
then. Like
know.
that's all I lived in. And plus the hotel that he probably stayed at wasn't up to par like today's standards. So it's got a lot of old stuff
Yeah.
in it, but it also has renovated, I'm sure, because you kinda have to, right? I mean I'm hoping they
But
renovated
they
some.
had like the original elevator and stuff. Like it was
Really?
eerie. It was. I'm not joking. It was eerie.
You
Yeah.
know what?
So if
We could have
anybody,
like a whole mystery section on this. Like, take a
I
trip
know,
to this and go see this
but I
place. This would be
highly
like a little.
recommend. I mean, Bad Nauheim is so cool. Like we obviously went to his house on like the street. I pronounced it so wrong, but my German friends were like laughing at me, and it's like Gute Strasse is where he lived. You know, like his house in Bad
Yeah.
Nauheim, 14 Gute Strasse. So you can go stand outside of his house, and it's like privately owned right now. So somebody just lives in that house, like, and
Really?
it
That's cool.
apparently he hates tourists, the owner. So we were like, okay, we're not gonna like touch anything, but
Yeah.
like we're gonna go walk by it. So yeah, I mean, if you guys can get to Bad Nauheim, it is so special. They still love Elvis there. Like they have stores of like they're selling like T-shirts. You know, they're proud of their Elvis history because there's just like plaques all around town of Elvis, and you
Oh,
could
how
buy
cool.
shirts and stuff, and like it's a very special place. So I feel lucky. Like do not get me wrong, you guys. Like I'm not like bragging that I get to do all these things. Like I truly
No,
just feel like lucky
it's
that I get to like go do it.
exactly.
Yeah, and like I don't know, I use my Instagram because I that's how I share. Like I like to share my adventures and like my travels, and so
Yep.
I kind of use my Instagram just to like share everything.
Yeah.
So thank you for following along. It just
Yeah.
I get excited to know that like other people care about like my
Yes.
travel, especially if they're Elvis related. So yeah, it was
Absolutely.
awesome.
I love that. So, last one I want to talk about before we get to the ending of here is you have a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland. I did not know
I'm
that.
actually going today. I'm going today.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my
Because
goodness.
it's free for Cleveland
Oh, really?
residents. And I actually have a friend coming into town, my friend Veronica, who's another Elvis girl. She's coming
Yeah.
in for the day. And we're going to go see the Rock Hall because they have a lot of Elvis stuff.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask, what does that include? Like when you go see, is it just the plain like clothes, or is there more than just clothes?
So, okay, so they have a lot of stuff on loan. So
Oh,
it's a big Cleveland, I'm a big
yeah.
Cleveland girl. I'm a Memphis
She's
girl
a
too, and a big
Cleveland
Cleveland
girl, you
girl.
guys.
But yeah, the rock. So Cleveland has a huge, like, big rock and roll history. Like Elvis actually performed here. The first concert that Elvis performed north of the Mason-Dixon line, so in the north, was actually in Cleveland, up here. So the Rock Hall has a plaque at this high school where Elvis performed in the 50s. So you can like, if you come to Cleveland, you can go see the auditorium. It's still standing, how it looks like when Elvis was here. But like Cleveland is like everyone is always like, why is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland? Like, why is it not in Memphis?
That's
And
what
I'm
I
like, I don't
thought.
disagree. I do not disagree. I think there should be two.
There
But
should be.
for the North, like rock and roll started obviously like in the South, but Cleveland was the center of like helping get the music out to like the entire country.
Oh,
So
okay.
like our radio stations here helped like get Elvis like his music out there. Like rock and roll was coined in Cleveland. The
Oh,
term was
cool.
coined in Cleveland by one of
Yeah.
our Cleveland DJs, and like they helped like up until Elvis performed in Cleveland, like his music was only heard like in a small part of the South. But then like when you get to like the larger like radio
Yeah.
stations, Cleveland was a big jumping off point for a lot of artists. So don't discount us. And we had like a lot of like, just like Memphis had like a lot of clubs and venues and like
Yes.
stations that were like breaking racial barriers in
Yes.
music. Cleveland was too. So
Wow.
yeah, that's our rock halls here. But
Because, see, I'm not only just an Elvis fan, I love
yeah,
music in general. I'm a big music buff. And when I heard that there was a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, I want to come because I've been to the one down in Nashville and it's kind of tiny.
this
It's kind of like
is
a,
the one. This is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
wow, I want to come because that sounds incredible, especially since there's other people there that you got to see,
Yeah.
like Johnny Cash's stuff. And what
Oh
else
my
was
gosh.
there? There's like
Yeah.
everything.
Highly recommend you guys coming. It is so fun. But we do like this is why I get to I go a lot is because we get free like as Cleveland
Yeah,
residents
you
we
get
actually
the
get
free
it for free.
tickets.
So I
Yeah.
go all the time. And the Rock Hall actually gets a lot of stuff on loan from Graceland. So there's a huge Elvis room. Like right when you walk in, like it's one of the first rooms when you go because like they kind of do it like in chronological order of like rock and roll history. Like,
Oh, okay.
okay, so like
Yeah.
here, like and they like to an extent, but like the biggest first room is of Elvis. And they talk about like, the pastors on the radio. Like there's a whole wall of just like people like saying like rock and roll is going to cause juvenile delinquency, and they
What?
talk about like all of that. And then like bam, it's like the Elvis room, and it's
Yeah.
so fun. But they have stuff on loan from Graceland. So right now, if you come to Cleveland, so I'm taking my friend today. They have Elvis's press conference suit when he was talking about
I want to
Aloha
see
from
it.
Hawaii. So you know the one. It's like it's white and
It's
it's like
the
a paisley thing.
yes.
He has his checkered boots on. So that one is on display in Cleveland. So we have that, the Aloha from Hawaii press conference suit. That's the only suit that we have, though. But we do have
Yes.
a roustabout leather coat is currently on display in
Ooh,
Cleveland.
I like that one.
We have some of his Bibles too. Like a lot of his Bibles are here, and yeah, it's just like it constantly like updates. So I'm always like, Angie, if you ever need like a Cleveland correspondent, you call
Coach.
me. You call me.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
I want to go. I'm gonna have to go with you because when I come up there, I'm gonna have
Oh
to
my
go
gosh, yeah,
because I
absolutely.
want to hear. I want to hear and see the history with you, especially you being an Elvis girly. Like that is how this would be so cool to go see. I would love it, but I did
Always
not.
joke. I tweet at the Rock Hall all the time. Like I don't know anybody that works there, but I'm like, hey, you guys, if you need me to just like stand in the Elvis room with the thing that just says like, ask me anything, I'll do it for free. I don't know. Saturday and Sunday, you want me to stand there? I will.
There you go. Do it. That'd be so
Yeah, but they have
cool.
other stuff. They have a whole Beatles exhibit, which is very cool. They have a whole Sun exhibit too. Like they have Jerry Lee Lewis's. They just got in Jerry Lee Lewis's piano,
Yeah,
like his original piano that he was like banging on. That's currently in the Rock Hall.
that'd be cool.
I don't know if there's any other like Stax Otis Redding fans out there like me.
Right, right.
They also have some. They have some crazy pieces of memorabilia, like some very morbid. Like they have Otis's plane from when he crashed. It's like there at the Rock Hall, which
Really?
is like,
Wow.
I know.
That would
Oh,
be
it's like
eerie to
weird.
see. That would
They don't
be
have the
eerie to
whole
see.
plane, but they have like
Like the part
his plane
where,
is branded, yeah, with his name on it, and they have that piece there. So it's just like they have they have Janis Joplin's car.
yeah.
Um, they have some cool stuff. So like, y'all come see us. Come see me in
I'm
Cleveland.
gonna
Or
have to.
if I'm in Memphis, I will always be a tour guide for anybody. You
There
guys
you
call
go.
me.
If you
I'm
ever need anybody,
everywhere.
hit her up perfectly because I love
My
it.
next foray is like I'll be a tour company. That's what I'll
You
do next.
should. You know so much about Elvis and music, and that's why I do this. This is not just for Elvis fans. Yes, I represent the man, but music in general. You know a lot about music, and I love it. But so I want to throw these last two questions at
Okay.
you, and they're kind of just like random questions that I want to ask. But more importantly, I know Lisa is the main one that you said, and I can tell you get so emotional when you talk about Lisa because I love Lisa as well. But who is the next person that would be that you have met that's been the most influential person besides Lisa? Who is it?
Oh my gosh. I don't even. I mean, I feel like Jerry. I guess right. Like
Jerry?
in you mean in Elvis's life is like the most
Yeah, like
influential in Elvis's life.
Elvis in the Elvis community. Yeah.
I don't know, but my one of my favorites that I got to
Yeah.
meet. I'll talk about it.
Okay.
This is also shout out to John Daly. We love you. Thanks. Keep putting
Yes,
these
John
events on.
Daly. I
His last summer during Elvis Week, his special guest, like so 50s era Elvis, that's what really like that's like my era.
Fifties
I love
girl.
reading
Yeah.
about 50s Elvis. I love reading about 50s history, music history, Memphis history in the 50s, like Stax, like all that stuff, like back to the 50s. I like love that.
Yeah.
So Scotty and Bill are very important to me. Like I will forever always want to be a Blue Moon Boy. I want to hang out with them.
And you met
Um,
them, right?
well,
You met the son, right?
I met yes, I met Bill Black's brother because
Oh.
obviously Bill died in the 60s, so
Yeah,
like we
but
never meet Bill, but like John at his event last August had Bill Black's brother come in. His name's Ken Black, and Ken also has met like he knew Elvis, like they played basketball together, so he was telling us
wow.
stories about just like Elvis in the 50s when he was with like Scotty and Bill, and like that to me was just like so special because I'm like
I
that
bet.
era that is my era, like that inspires me so much, like just Elvis in at that time just has like inspired like so much. Like I have a condo in Memphis now that's like 50s like inspired, like we it just speaks to me. So when I got to meet Ken Black, I thought that was really special. He signed a little son. So if you guys ever meet any, just my tip for everybody is always have them sign something. I don't care what it
Yes.
is. Just, like have them sign anything because I frame everything and now I have this
I
like
do
whole
too.
gallery wall of just like all my signatures. Um, so yeah, I thought that was really cool.
That's like history in itself
I know.
because he knew Elvis at his prime, and yet
No.
he did. He played basketball with him. Like that's just
And like you don't have like I mean from the 50s,
you don't have a
there's
lot of
not that
people.
many people around, you know what I mean, that knew him in the 50s. So that was special to me.
I mean, I
Yeah.
hope Scotty would have pulled it through. I really wish Scotty would have been around a lot longer than he was.
Oh, me
But
too. I would have loved, I mean, he's another one. Like, I would have died to meet, like, that. Those are my peoples. Those are my,
that's a
I
good
love, like, the
one.
stories on the road. Like, Elvis and Scotty and Bill in the back roads going on tour in the
Yes.
50s in the Cadillac with, like, the bass strapped to
Just
the top, smelling, just being boys. Like, they were, like, 20, 21. I'm like, those are my favorite stories to read about because I just feel like they were just, like, they were hustling, but they were also, like, a little bit, like, troublemakers and
yes, they were because they
era
used to come to
rebels.
Arkansas. They used to come here in Arkansas. They used to eat at a local restaurant here in town and fancy it. And they would. I loved that they would always come through just as like in casual clothing and nothing fancy. They just pop into this guy's restaurant and he'd be like, "Yep, Elvis is here. Go to your own little booth." And Elvis has a little own booth in the corner. And plus, have you been to the haircutting place here in Arkansas where he got his hair cut?
No, I
Well,
gotta
girl,
come. We're
you
coming.
come here, I'll show you. That is beautiful. I
Can
can
we
even
break
get you into one.
in and just like clean the vents to see if there's any hair particles?
Well, I was gonna say there's not really many tours, but I actually know the guy who owns the place, and he got me into one of the barracks, so I actually saw what the barracks were like of
Okay,
Elvis living there.
I'm coming.
You
I
gotta
will. I
come.
will. I really will come.
I
You know,
love
I'm an
it.
Elvis adventure. I'm an Elvis. Like, what do we call it? We call ourselves like we're Elvis explorers, right?
Exactly.
We go where Elvis did, and we
That's
stand
right.
where Elvis was. Like that's what we
But
want to do. 'Cause that's all we have. That's all
I
we have.
can't take you to the restaurant because the restaurant ended up burning down, unfortunately. But I am most definitely, if you come here, I will show you because I know the guy who owns it and he doesn't let people into the barracks. There's one barrack that's only Elvis's and they're going to tear it down. But they aren't going to demolish it until like 2027 and I don't really like that. But you know what? We
Okay,
still
so
have
we
a
have
few
to
more years.
go at least before then, which I will be. I will. I'll come this summer. I'm gonna be in Memphis for all of May.
Hey,
So
there we go and we can totally meet up. I mean,
how
I
far?
want to come to Memphis anyway.
Yeah, how far is the drive? Do
It's
you drive
only
in or do you fly?
it's two
Oh,
hours.
okay.
Like
Okay.
from Memphis to where I live is 2 hours, and then to the other place it's like another couple hours, but it's not that bad.
The other thing that like that's huge on my list of like this is not Elvis
Yes.
related, but I know Elvis was inspired by these people. Is that I really want to go. Like I'm very big on blues
Oh
history. I love the
yeah.
Memphis original blues artists. I'm very like I am obsessed with the Hill Country bluesmen, like from Mississippi that really played in Memphis, and so this summer I'm going to come to Arkansas, but I really want to go down to Clarksdale, Mississippi, where like the
Yeah,
blues started,
I've
and
heard
do
about
like
that.
tours of some of the original juke joints. Like that
Oh,
also like finding Elvis has like also led me to like I'm just very inspired by like the blues history, like Memphis area music history is like I love reading about that stuff
well,
too. So
also Arkansas has a big music history. We have Johnny Cash's house right here, and
okay,
it's free to
see,
tour.
I gotta come. I just like love that. I
These are
love doing
free. These
that.
are absolutely no tickets necessary. You can
All right,
walk into Cash's house, or you can walk into the haircutting place.
okay,
It's
I'm doing it.
it's beautiful.
I found my peoples, which I know you guys watching, like we're all
Yes,
Elvis freaks.
we
Like
all are. We're
on
all
our
Elvis fans.
on our free time, like I love this. I love history. I love going to see like those places. Like so, yeah. Sign me up. Let's do it this summer.
Let's do it. And I have got, yeah, a lot of people still have to visit Memphis, and you got to get down here to Memphis. Anybody who's never been to Memphis got to get down here. And the
Um,
last one I want to ask you about, because I have not been to both. You have been to birthday and anniversary, if I'm guessing.
yes,
What
because
is
I'm a
the
freak.
what is the difference between each of those? And that's what stands in my mind because I've not only been to the anniversary for 2 days and then I had to leave. What's the difference between those two?
Yeah, so the Elvis Week is the bigger one.
Okay.
That's when I just feel like people will save up to come for that one because they have
Oh,
more events. There's more people. They do the candlelight vigil. Did you
really?
get to go to that event
I've never
on the
been.
night of his death? Yeah, so that's like the most important event. Was like they have like last year, I feel like there's like 30,000 people. Everybody, you just stand with your candles and you walk up Graceland at night and you like pay respects to
Oh,
Elvis on the
oh,
night before he
cool.
died. Yeah, it's very, very special. That's like my favorite event to go to, and it's free.
Yeah.
So that's during Elvis week because it's like right the night before he died, or is it the
Yeah.
night? Yeah, and like they do just like we hold vigil for Elvis because like on the night of
Okay.
his passing. Yeah. But birthday week is just like it's actually much chiller. So if you don't like, I would still say it's a lot of crowds, but it's not as many as Elvis week, and it's like more low key. Like there's not that many events. you could do more of like the fan. There's a lot of like fan organized events. Like I feel like John's events are always
I
very
want to
important
see
during
this.
birthday.
Yeah.
There's a whole other hotel event that like I don't know who throws it, but like they have like a memorabilia hotel. So like there's so many like Elvis memorabilia vendors selling like I can't even like think about it. Like you can buy like stage worn scarves. You could buy
Oh,
like
okay. Yeah.
old
Okay.
school vinyls, like original Sun vinyls. So like that's going on. And then this past time, Hernando's Hideaway had like so many events. Like that's where I got to meet Jerry Phillips because
Yeah.
he was doing an event. Like he was performing at Hernando's and like they were interviewing him about like his dad and Sun Studio, which is like so cool. Like I'm a Sun girl. Like I love
Yep.
Sun
Sun
Studio. So I
Studios
was like,
is
I gotta
cool.
go see Jerry. And also at Hernando's, they had, I did not ever think about this. This is like a whole other thing. Like, there's so many people that are connected to Elvis that, like, you have to study for years to be able to know all these people. But, like, you know, Elvis is the car guy. Elvis owned how many cars
Yep.
in his life? But, like,
Yep.
did you ever think about, like, what happened if he had to, like, take his car in to get repaired or, like, get serviced or,
Oh,
like, oil changed or something?
yeah.
There's somebody in Memphis that did it for Elvis, and he's still alive.
He's
And his
still
name is
alive.
Billy Strawn, and he's 91. And he came to Hernando's Hideaway and to talk about
I
the
would
time that he worked on Elvis's, I forget what car it was, but he like the story that he told was that he Elvis like left or like forgot about cash in his back seat.
love.
It was like $100 bill or something, and Billy gave it. It was like, Elvis, I found this in the back seat. And Elvis thought it was like so funny and like so trustworthy that Billy gave
Yeah.
him his money back that he ended up just like giving it to Billy, and then he took his cars there every time afterwards. So
Oh
he told
my
that story, and
God.
I was like, you don't even think about like,
You
yes. I was like,
don't.
who would repair Elvis's high expensive luxury cars? And it
You
was
would
Billy.
think it would be somebody famous and big, like
Right.
somebody who
Yeah.
does that, but no, it's just
So
a
it was
little, and
Billy.
that's what I like.
Yeah. So that's why I was like,
That
you got to come to the events because, like you said, I mean, I do have a very long list of people that I met in the Elvis world, but like, you could just if you get to go and you're lucky enough to get tickets to some of the stuff, they're just around. Like we met
Yep.
Billy Strawn, and I'm like, oh my god, he was this 90. We took photos with him, and like you know, we're all like younger girls,
Yeah.
and like Billy's in the middle, and it just is like such a hilarious photo because like he's this like 90-year-old man, and like my
Yeah.
friends, we're all dressed up in like our heels and our dresses, and like there's like 7 women around Billy, and like the other men in the bar were like, why are these, who is this guy? And we were like, hello, this is Elvis's car mechanic, duh. Like, we don't care about you. We care about this guy. Like, and they just were like, oh my, okay, Jesus. And I'm like, hello, show some respect for Billy. Like, you know,
I love that though. And you know what? Going
so
back to him, just Billy is just a generic guy from Memphis,
this
and
is
I love that.
Memphis car guy. Yeah. And I guess like Vernon, you know, like after Elvis passed, he still brought his cars to like Billy to like work on and stuff. So
Oh,
yeah,
that is
but yeah, come to
so.
Memphis, you guys, during the events, and you know, there's so many people,
I'm gonna
so
have to
many
do
people.
this. I love hearing all these stories because like I may not be able to, visit all these
And
places, but
now,
having you guys, I'd love to have you back. I mean, we can talk about anything, girl. Me and you could talk about anything. We gotta meet up this summer though. I know that is 100%.
you know, I'll talk about Elvis with you guys. You know, like as someone just goes, we're all Elvis freaks.
Amen.
Amen. I could be on there for 4 more hours because literally, and this is why I have a YouTube account and I have an Instagram because I literally just love talking about this shit. Like I will talk about Elvis all day long, every
Yep,
day to anybody who will
me too.
listen and talk back with me. Like there's nothing better. So
No,
call me again.
I love the enthusiasm that we have because every person that I've had on this show has said that the enthusiasm is what drives us Elvis fans. We have to have the like communication. We have to have the big lights. We're like Elvis in a
And
way of loving
I
looking
don't
at the
have my
big spotlight. You know what? Yes, there you go with the
can't
lightning
really feel
bolt.
it.
There you go. We're all a little bit Elvis-sized, as I like to call it.
I wore my bling for you this
You
morning.
wore
My like
what do you have?
oh no,
What do you have?
these are just like Amazon. So
Oh,
at like Elvis inspires us all in different ways, right? And I swear since I became a fan, my dog's saying hello.
See,
Um,
we usually have my cat coming in saying hi, but we have a guest on the opposite.
yeah, like I love to wear big jewelry, and I feel like Elvis
What
is.
jewelry
Well,
do you
these are just
have
simple
of?
Amazon.
Oh,
If you
those are
go, if
just
you go on
Amazon.
Amazon and you Google
Yeah.
Elvis inspired rings, these are a set of like five for like $10,
Have
and I
you
wear
gotten
them
any
all the
jewelry
time.
from Lowell Hazes at all?
I have, yes.
What do you got?
I'm a freak. I spend all my money doing Elvis stuff. Actually, I didn't wear any for you today, but I have a
You have
TCB.
a
Um, I
TCB.
have I have a few of his. I have like some of the rings. Like I have his like TCB ring.
Yes.
That's like not like the. I mean, because
The bit.
Lowell makes very expensive rings,
Yes.
but he also makes like just like kind of like replicas.
Yeah.
So these are all replicas. So I have like the TCB. I have his like. What else do I have? I have an EP necklace. It says it's just like EP.
Oh, I love that.
It's very cute. Yeah, I
I
have
love that. I
a
want the big
bracelet.
ring though. I want the big square ring that everybody's talking about, like the one on Aloha from Hawaii. I want to
Yeah.
see that one.
He sells it. I know.
Oh,
Like once you collect them, I bet well, my favorite piece that I wear all the time. Actually, so when you buy like from Lowell, his replicas, I like don't take them off. Like I will wear them in the shower. Like I just like love wearing.
are
I don't
they?
know why. I'm that
I
way.
guess they're really decent then, aren't they?
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I was like, you're not supposed to do that because they're
Oh,
just like replicas. So I've had to like repurchase a few things. And like my favorite necklace that I have, I should have worn it, is he makes an Elvis like studded dog tag. And like on the back it says like Elvis Aaron Presley, and then it has his like military number, it has his blood type and stuff. It's like a replica of his dog tag.
oh, I
It's
need this in my
gold.
life.
It's gold and it has like diamonds on it. And I wear that so much.
I
So I've
need to
actually had to
get
buy
that.
it. I bought it twice now because I worn like the metal. It's just like a coated
Yeah, it's
metal.
just
So
yeah.
you
But
spend a lot of
oh
money, but
my
you
goodness,
wear that one all the time.
it's like a dog
So love that
tag that you
one.
just get to
These are
wear.
just
Oh my goodness, I love that you decked
fake.
it out. You decked it out. I did too. But these are actually just not Elvis rings. The only thing is I got this from Marlowe's. This is from Marlowe's. I didn't even spend the big
Oh,
bucks.
I love
Went
it.
to ate a barbecue sandwich and ended up having a necklace for 20 bucks. I mean,
Mhm.
I couldn't beat it, but you know what? It is something that I never take off. I wear this a lot and I love it because I would only imagine to love the real thing though.
I know.
I gotta get down there. But girl, we have talked about everything under the sun and I absolutely love this. And the only
Me
thing, I
too.
mean,
Thanks for having me. This was
you're welcome.
fun.
You're gonna have to come back anytime, and I'd love to
That's
have
what I
you.
said. I
But
was like, there's nothing I love more than like coffee and Elvis. So I'm always up to talk with you. So yes, call me back. We can even have like I'll see if like Margarita and Benita, like those are my Elvis girls. Like we do our YouTube together.
yes,
So see if
I'd love to
they want to
talk
come
to
on too.
them.
Yeah,
Have them
yeah.
contact me and have them come on my show. I'd love to have more because I need three more people to end out this like
So
series.
fun.
Because I only need three more people, but people are just loving this series, and I'm loving it too. And I love
It's so
talking to these
fun.
people.
Because
But
like
the
we
only
want to talk Sunday, like Sunday mornings. What are we really doing?
yeah,
We're talking Elvis, obviously. So
exactly. Or we're scrolling on Elvis TikTok, right? Like we're just scrolling through and drinking our coffee on Sunday mornings. But no, we always ask the staple question at the very end is what is your TCB for the day? And it's kind of like what is something you've done positive with like for TCB? And what is it that you would say you have done for your TCB?
okay, what I'm doing today. So my TCB today is I am showing one of my friends her first time in Cleveland. I'm giving her like a private tour of the Rock and Roll
There
Hall of
you
Fame,
go.
explaining all of the Elvis memorabilia, and like I'm
You're
just doing
being
that. We're
the
rock and rolling
tour
today in
guide.
the TCB,
Yes.
and I'm being the tour guide. So that's what I'm doing today.
There you go. I love that. That's one of our best answers because you get to be a tour guide and you get to talk about Elvis and show off Elvis and everything like that. So that is the goal for the day. For anybody else who wants to contact you, how can we get in touch with you, girl? Like if there's any other way.
Yeah, just I'm very responsive and active on my Elvis
There
Instagram.
you
It's
go.
at Unhinged About Elvis. That's where I post. I am always making reels. We're always sharing photos that we love, and I do share a lot about like my travels and like my Memphis
Yes.
life, because I do spend quite a bit of time in Memphis. So yeah, I don't like. Again, I'm a freak. I own an Airbnb in Memphis. We
There
didn't
you
even talk
go.
about this, but I own a condo there that my husband and I spend like quite a bit of time in. And if you are interested in renting it, I have spent so much time and care decorating it. It is all vintage from Memphis. It's all my Elvis memorabilia. But you can reach out to us at Rockabilly Retreat. and we are in downtown Memphis, so I'm going to be there
Okay.
for May.
There you go.
And I always share like I love like decor and designing, so I'm always sharing about like my personal life as well as my
Yeah.
Elvis life, but all of it intertwines. Like I think some people are always like, I go on Instagram, I don't care about like
Yeah.
your outfit. And I'm like, well, my outfit was inspired by Elvis and like we live Elvis all day, every day. So
Yes.
I share about my life on my Elvis Instagram account. So yeah,
Okay.
reach out to me there, message me. But we do a lot of, if you're interested in more like long form interviews
You have
about Elvis,
podcasts. She has a
we have a
podcast. What is your podcast?
podcast. It is called Those Elvis Girls. It's on YouTube. And we have, oh, we interviewed like one of our most, I'm trying to line up Jerry Phillips for this summer. So fingers
Ooh,
crossed that he would want to speak with us
that
about
would
his
be
time with
cool.
Elvis, and like Sam and Son Studio. But like one of our most recent interviews, we interviewed Diana Goodman, who was one of Elvis's dates
Ooh.
in the 70s. Like you guys, if yeah, she's one of like she was a Miss, former Miss Georgia,
Ooh.
and there's photos of her and Elvis. Like,
Is
so we
that the
talked about
one
her.
with, is she the one with like the bathing suit looking one? Oh my
She's like
goodness.
wearing, yeah, she's like stunning, and she's still stunning.
Yes.
But she probably was dating Elvis off and on for like a few
Okay.
months. And I know some people are probably like, that's nothing. And I'm like, hello, even one date with Elvis is
Yep.
something. Like, I don't care. We want to know about it.
Yep.
So we talked with her for a couple hours, and the whole thing's up there. It's so go to our YouTube at Those Elvis Girls. Look at our long form interviews. And
Yep.
yeah, you can email us at Gmail, thoseelvisgirls@gmail.com. If you have ideas for us, we're always looking. So yeah,
Love
we're,
that.
we're around. We're around on social media, and I love talking to other Elvis fans. So please reach out to me, and always down for giving Memphis tips.
There you go. We gotta get it. I gotta get a tour with her one of these days in
Hundred
Memphis. We
percent,
got
100%. And
100%.
if you call me in Memphis, I'm that girl that's like, I will bring photos of Elvis as standing on sidewalks, and I will put
You
you in
make
that
the
exact spot.
world.
Yes, yes, that's what I do.
I love
That's.
that. I absolutely love that.
But this
Okay,
was so
cool.
much fun. Thank you so much for
Yes,
having
thank
me.
you
Thanks,
so
guys.
much for coming, and I'm gonna get going. We're gonna get you out of here, but thank you so much, and hopefully you have had a good time enjoying. I've enjoyed it. Hopefully you all have enjoyed it. So thank you. I'm gonna get ready to hang you up, and then TikTok is gonna end here in just 2 seconds. So thank you guys again for coming and hanging out on Sunday Morning Coffee Talk. She was amazing. I love it. Give her some love as we head out of here, you guys. Thank you guys so much. We're gonna get out of here with one of my favorite songs,
Okay.
you guys. This is gonna be a good song, and we're gonna get out of here. So thank you again, Kristen. I will see you on the next time. TCB, send her some
Bye.
love.